Submission is very, very difficult. If you go back in time, your daughter is what, 3 or 4? So when she came out of you, she screamed, saying, I can't believe I'm here. And I can't believe these are my parents. And so she screams. And if you don't pay her attention, if you don't give her care, she's gonna scream some more. She is an individual. She cares for her well-being. She wants security. It starts the moment she comes out, even before that, while she's in your tummy. She tells you when you need to sit. She tells you what foods you can't eat. She tells you what food you should eat. I mean, you have to understand that this thing we call human ego, this individualism, it starts so early in life, before you actually come out of the womb. You're nursed. If you don't give your kid, some good punches on the back until they burp, they're gonna scream and shout. They won't leave you alone. You'll be robbed of sleep, of rest. They're not gonna submit to pain. They're not gonna submit to discomfort. They're not gonna submit to the fact that you as a mother haven't slept for 48 hours. They don't care about any of that stuff. You are nobody. What's important is their pain. What's important is their discomfort. Fast forward, infancy, all the way to about 20. Do you know how big and how grand and how powerful your sense of self is? And now you fall in love. How many times will it take for this guy not to answer your text that you're gonna come out and say, you know what? I'm gonna teach you a couple of things. Because whatever self you have, it demands respect. Now you're a woman and you go to buy sahib and you're 50. You've had experiences and they've been good experiences. You've had great insights about things. Every one of us in this room, we have a good amount of wisdom inside us. And you go somewhere and the guy looks at you and says, you're an idiot. What do you mean? You're an idiot. Well, I went to Yale. It's because of Yale that you're an idiot. And you're a human being and you love as a human being. And human beings are good for only one thing. We are all tax collectors. You give your love, but there are expectations. I mean, look at that thick, fat book, Daughter of Fire. It's filled with anger and doubt. She loves deeply, intensely. She can't submit, she can't surrender. I can text you and say, please come to the house Thursday at 6 o'clock. Okay. You will surrender that time to me. And you will drag your body and you will surrender your body by sitting there. But as you're sitting, you're thinking about your daughter. You're thinking about your husband. You're thinking about the class you have to teach tomorrow. And though physically you have surrendered, mentally, oh no, you're far away. And you're rebellious. And let's just say I say something that captures your interest. And now you have submitted your intellect to me. What can your intellect really do? What I say goes into your head. It becomes, data here, a data there, a piece of information here, a piece of information there. What are you going to do with that? And then I say, good that you have surrendered physically. It's really good that you sit there and listen to me. But I still feel that emotionally, you're not there. And good teachers want all of you. They want your body, they want your mind, and they want your emotions. Body here, mind, and emotions elsewhere doesn't do anything. And this idea that you don't have to be present as long as you can think about it, no. That's for a very, very advanced stage. You have to kind of go back to some extent, Charles Darwin and what he says about, organisms' desire to survive. Everything physical about your life and all the desires they've created inside you, they will do whatever they can to continue their survival. Now, you may hate your husband, you may hate your father, you may want to get rid of them, but that's a living organism inside you which has guided you for the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Do you really think that just because you desire to get rid of it is going to walk away so easily? No. You can be very poetic. I mean, Daughter of Fire certainly is. Let me be the dust under your feet. That's great. Or Indians, in their scripture they can say, yeah, why don't you be like the earth? Look at the earth. Some people pour water on it. Some people pee on it. And it takes both equally. Be that way. Really? Be like the earth. You want a human being to be like the earth, accepting of everything, flowers and trash. No one tells you it's a very advanced place of existence. What I think usually happens is when you hang out with a Socrates, eventually you will have the voice of Socrates, you'll have the emotions of the Socrates, and the intellect of Socrates, even maybe the soul of Socrates. But you always want to go back, and every time you want to go back, conflicts begin. And there is no way to avoid it until you are really willing, now that you have found your cross, you're willing to carry it. That's the ultimate place to be. Submission, acceptance, thy will be done. They're exotic concepts. They're just very, very difficult because you have to lose so much.